Not only has ExpressVPN remained one of the top VPN choices for years, but it's also gone through quite a few updates recently. So, is it the right VPN to keep you secure and private online today? Let's take a closer look in this ExpressVPN Review 2025 edition. So, first and foremost, can you trust ExpressVPN? To check that, the first thing I always look for is a solid no logs policy. This legally binding statement is a commitment by the VPN to not track, store, or share user data. As you might expect, ExpressVPN does have clear no-log statements in their privacy policy. And they also had these claims independently audited by third-party security companies, so we know that they're not just empty promises. What's more, ExpressVPN pioneered RAM-only servers in the VPN industry. This type of server is designed to not be able to retain data long-term, so it serves as an additional safeguard. Plus, all of your data that travels through ExpressVPN servers will be securely encrypted. So not only will ExpressVPN not be able to access it, but any potential outside snoopers would, at best, just see a mash of letters and symbols, with no way to decrypt it. It's also a plus that ExpressVPN's jurisdiction is in the British Virgin Islands, which has privacy-friendly laws and operates outside the reach of the 14 Eyes Intelligence Sharing Alliance. So to close out the ExpressVPN security review section, this VPN has built a very solid base to guarantee the safety of its users' data. And then there are the tools to further ensure user security inside the app, like the kill switch, aka network lock, which makes sure that your IP and data don't get leaked if the VPN connection stumbles. And there's also DNS leak protection. So if you want a secure and private VPN, go check out ExpressVPN and grab it with a discount through the links in the description or by scanning this QR code. If this ExpressVPN Honest Review helped you out, hit the link below to support the channel. But strong security is just the foundation. There's more to a great VPN. Let's see how well ExpressVPN apps work and what features they have to offer. ExpressVPN has apps for all the major operating systems: Windows, Mac, Linux, as well as iOS and Android. And this VPN also works on Apple TV and Android TV. But it's also one of the best choices for VPN router setups, since there's a router applet and even a special feature. There are ExpressVPN browser extensions too, but they only control the main app instead of being independent, which is kind of a bummer. That said, you can basically install ExpressVPN on all your devices, and then connect up to 8 of them at the same time. Now, my ExpressVPN experience is that their apps are simple to understand and use even for beginners. At worst, you can get a bit of a cluttered screen if you open too many settings and features at once, but otherwise it should all run smoothly. I'll show you how I use the ExpressVPN app on Windows, but it's very similar across all other platforms. To connect to a VPN server, I usually just click this big button. It automatically finds the fastest and closest server. Or I can expand the locations list right here and access servers across 105 countries. And that's pretty much all the basics you need to know. As soon as you connect to one of the servers, you'll be under VPN protection with a new IP corresponding to the location you chose. I told you, it's simple to use. However, you can definitely take things to the next level with the extra features. So let's explore those, and then we can call this a full ExpressVPN review. For example, by using split tunneling, you can decide which apps or websites use the VPN and which ones don't. You can save some bandwidth this way and get better speeds. Then there's the Threat Manager, which will prevent you from accessing malicious sites and block trackers. And the ad blocker here is pretty self-explanatory. It blocks ads. And it does that pretty well. Not perfectly, I still notice some pop-ups slipping through, and it doesn't do much for video ads, but otherwise, it's definitely worth turning on. Now, to be fair, the features I just mentioned are included in pretty much every reliable Best VPN app. ExpressVPN didn't reinvent the wheel here. However, I did find a couple of unique tools while preparing this ExpressVPN review. One of them is ExpressVPN Keys. It's a full password manager, and it's included with the ExpressVPN subscription. So you're kind of getting 2 cybersecurity tools in one. It's not the most extensive or advanced password manager out there, but it does the job. You can safely store your account information here, see if your passwords are strong enough, and get alerted if they get leaked. There's also a password generator and autofill too, so you won't have to copy-paste your login details anymore. Another interesting addition is Shuffle IP. It's a non-optional feature designed to help you avoid being tracked. With this feature, ExpressVPN makes your IP different on every web page you visit. However, my favorite feature in this review of ExpressVPN is device groups. Now, this feature is specifically for those of you who want a VPN on your router. It lets you split your home devices into specific groups and assign a different VPN location to each group, so the whole household wouldn't be stuck on one VPN location at once, a problem that's basically unavoidable with every other VPN router setup out there. Now, I also noticed that a few ExpressVPN apps received some nice updates. The mobile apps now look cleaner, have built-in speed testers, and an improved smart location to find the closest and fastest server. The Windows app also received an improvement, the lightweight turbo protocol designed to provide better browsing speeds. I'd still recommend keeping the setting on automatic though, because this protocol can sometimes fail to connect, so you'll automatically revert to the slower regular protocol to avoid having your connection dropped. And if you're a Linux user, the app now looks better and has more functionality too, with features like split tunneling and an advanced kill switch. But this VPN isn't magic or perfect by any means. My main gripe with it is that it lacks some tools I've gotten used to with other VPN providers. For example, ExpressVPN has no specialized servers at all for any purpose. With providers like NordVPN, I can connect to double VPN servers, which adds an extra layer of security, or use the Tor integration for maximum anonymity. Meanwhile, Surfshark has static IP servers, which give you the same IP and location to help avoid the constant verification requests you get from websites like Facebook and Amazon. I also can't help but compare Surfshark's ad blocking capabilities with ExpressVPN. Surfshark has the Clean Web 2.0 ad blocker in its browser extension, which is much more effective, especially on video ads. And if you look at NordVPN and Surfshark specifically, these two just generally have more features. And they're not just for show either. They're actually useful things that ExpressVPN could take some notes on. So if you want a VPN with more various capabilities, I'll leave links to NordVPN and Surfshark in the description too. Of course, on the flip side, sometimes it is refreshing to have a minimalistic app with minimal features, so this whole thing is heavily subjective. What's widely agreed upon, however, is the need to have good speeds when browsing or doing literally anything else with a VPN on. So is ExpressVPN fast enough? For this ExpressVPN review, our Cybernews research team ran some speed tests across 4 different locations, and I've got the results right here. Since the lightweight turbo connection is still a bit new and spotty, we stuck with the regular lightweight protocol this time, but the results were impressive regardless. As expected, ExpressVPN retained the most speeds when connecting to the closest server, but overall, all 4 locations showed good enough performance for uninterrupted and speedy browsing. And that's what I can confirm from my anecdotal experience as well. I rarely ever encountered any lag or long loading screens with ExpressVPN on. That said, judging purely by numbers, there are some providers that are faster than ExpressVPN, but the difference is minimal and it doesn't affect much during real-world use. As you might expect, good performance metrics make ExpressVPN a good choice for those looking to stream with a VPN. The location variety gives you options for a ton of different content for major streaming providers, and more niche ones as well. Personally, I did run into a couple blocks while testing it, but like with any other VPN, this can be solved fairly easily by just clearing your browser cache and changing the VPN server. As for torrenters, ExpressVPN will work fine for that. However, since there are no specialized servers or features specifically for that use case, I usually opt for NordVPN for that kind of stuff. That said, ExpressVPN supports torrenting on all their servers, so you should be able to get a secure and stable connection. Just don't forget to turn on the kill switch to protect your IP in case of a VPN connection drop. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more cybersecurity tips and reviews. Now, there is one more important question to answer. Is ExpressVPN worth it? It's no secret that ExpressVPN is not the cheapest on the market, but given that you get not only the VPN, but also a password manager too, this actually makes ExpressVPN one of the cheapest such bundles. I also like that they don't limit features on any of their plans. You just simply choose the period of time you want the VPN for, and you get all of its perks. And right now, ExpressVPN is also adding eSIM data to their plans. I'm not sure how long this deal will last, but it's definitely a nice added perk if you plan on traveling. Plus, US citizens specifically get a bunch of extra identity protection features, from the data alert feature to identity theft reimbursement. If you decide to get an ExpressVPN subscription, you can use my links in the description to save some money. To conclude our ExpressVPN Review 2025 edition, I can confidently say this is one of the best VPN options out there right now. It might not be the cheapest, but it comes with an easy-to-use interface, wide country coverage, great speeds, and even an entire password manager. But what do you think? Let me know your experience with ExpressVPN in the comments. Thanks for watching this video until the end, and see you in the next one.